We have some first videos of the boring company's working LVCC loop in action emerge. Welcome back, dear friends. This is Armin Harayan from TorqueNews.com. If you are here for the first time, please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla and electric vehicle news and ring the bell so you don't miss my next coverage. And also, if you find these videos helpful and informative, please share in social media and like them and give them thumbs up. So this morning I reported some interesting news about the boring company, Elon Musk's boring company, inviting the Las Vegas local media to check out the Las Vegas Convention Center loop, and I had some very nice images there. But now we have some videos thanks to our friend Mick Akers, who has graciously provided the videos, and he has been inside the boring company with Las Vegas and media invited there. You know, the boring company's Las Vegas Convention Center loop is now complete, and the first batch of videos of the low-cost underground transport system in action have been shared already online, and Mike shared his videos on Twitter. I asked him if I could share them with our Torque News YouTube friends. He graciously agreed, and all credit goes to him, and you can find his Twitter account link in the description of this video. So the videos, while brief, provide a glimpse at the potential of Elon Musk's tunneling startup, which was created as a means of battle soul-crushing traffic above ground, says Simon Alvarez in Tesla Radiant, says the Las Vegas LVCC loop serves as a good proof of concept for the tunneling startup, considering that the tunnels are relatively short and easy to complete. The boring company was able to finish and set up the Tesla-based underground transport system in less than 2 years, and this was despite the onset of this virus last year. So so far the LVCC loop, friends, is capable of handling 4,400 people an hour with 62 Teslas, all of which are still operating with a human driver to maximize safety. Eventually, however, the LVCC loop would employ autonomous Teslas and likely operate faster than the system's current 35 miles per hour speed. Remember, early this morning I said that in the last year we learned that it's going to be like 150 miles per hour or something like that, or 155 miles per hour. But right now, loop would employ autonomous Tesla, is not employing autonomous Teslas, and the boring company is likely to operate at 35 miles per hour speed. This should allow LVCC loop to handle significantly more passengers per hour. I mean, when they employ autonomous vehicles, they will do more than 4,400 people an hour with 62 Teslas, of course. Now, in an interview with Las Vegas Review Journal, Steve Hill, president and CEO of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, remarked that the LVCC loop would eventually be using higher capacity vehicles. Hill hinted at 16 passenger units that would eventually be rolled out for public use, though he did not disclose when the vehicles would be delivered and deployed. It seems that during a virus is not time to be increasing capacity, he said. But you know, speaking of 16 passenger vehicles, we're talking about basically a Tesla van, and that's actually going to be really interesting to see when Tesla will produce van. If you have any ideas, let me know, friends, in the comment section below. By the way, I'm also looking at Las Vegas Review Journal, where the author Richard Velota explains the experience in the boring company, saying trips through the tunnel are an only in Las Vegas experience with LED lighting that cycles through a rainbow of colors from second to second, lining the tunnel walls. Cars have enough clearance in the tunnels that riders can open doors and get out in an emergency. This is a really good news. Drivers hit maximum speed of about 35 miles per hour on the straightaway of the tunnels. The electric vehicles run silently on the underground paved surfaces. At the end of the tunnel, the Model X and Model 3 Teslas climb a ramp to reach the surface. Parallel tunnels nearly a mile long will shuttle conventioners passengers to and from 3 stations when the system developed by the entrepreneur Elon Musk becomes fully operational. A certificate of occupancy has been issued to the Las Vegas Convention and Visitor Authority, and crews began drilling the 4,475 feet of dirt and rock 40 feet underground in November 2019, completing the first tunnel bore in February 2020. Drilling concluded on the second tunnel in May 2020, and efforts to pave and light the tunnel ended late last year, with several safety checks completed before the tunnels were turned over to LVCVA. So the LVCC loop currently features 3 stations, friends. One near the entrance of the Las Vegas Convention Center Central Hall, and 2 other above ground stations at the 2 ends of the loop. Paved ramps are in place for the Teslas to climb to the surface for above ground loading on the loop east and west sides. Details about how the Boring Company's Las Vegas loop system would accommodate large numbers of passengers have not been shared yet, though Hill mentioned that the system would use an app that would allow visitors to hail a Tesla. And the LVCC loop costs about $52.5 million to complete. It's very cheap compared to similar projects like for railroad or something like that, making it relatively affordable, $52.5 million for such a program. During the bidding process for the project, the Boring Company's loop system proved for far cheaper than an above-ground transit system proposed by Austria-based Doppelmayr Garaventa Group, which was initially estimated the cost of $215 million to complete. Despite Las Vegas Convention and Visitor Authority board member Caroline Goodman arguing that Doppelmayr's above-ground transit system could be brought down to $85 million, the Boring Company's LVCC loop was still 39% cheaper than that. Now, friends, let me know what you think about these videos. I think they're very interesting, and I thank Mike for these videos. Now, throughout the construction, the Boring Company wouldn't let media members to see the progress, but invited members of the LVCVA board of directors and dignitaries from other municipalities to see them. And this is why probably some municipalities on the other side of the United States, like Miami, North Miami, and some other Florida municipalities, were interested. Some of them took trips to Las Vegas to see the Boring Company and so on, and they spoke with Boring Company officials, including probably Elon Musk. Musk tweeted occasional photos from the tunnel and stations. Steve Hill, president of CEO of Las Vegas Convention and Visitor Authority, said Tesla sedans would be used initially, like I said, for the system, and eventually there may be higher capacity vehicles such as those 16 passenger, probably Tesla vans. He said, "It seems that during a virus, it's not a time to be increasing capacity," Hill said before several reporters took off on rides to the end of the system. Hill said the Tesla fleet started out at 11 vehicles and is expected to expand to 35 and eventually reach 60 Tesla vehicles operating in the Boring Company. Once operational, the Boring Company will drive Tesla vehicles through the tunnel, turning 1.5 mile, 15-minute walk on the surface into a trip that takes a couple of minutes. Tesla vehicles capable of carrying up to 16 passengers are expected to be used in the system, but it hasn't been disclosed when those vehicles would be delivered. While the tunnels and vehicles are designed to operate in autonomous mode, LVCVA officials have said Boring Company drivers would be employed in the early stages of operation for additional safety, friends. Now, the system, Boring Company system, is designed with 3 stations, like I said, on the ground near the entrance of the Las Vegas Convention Central Hall, and 2 above the ground stations at the 2 ends of the system. Paved ramps are in place for vehicles to climb to the surface for above ground loading on the east and west ends of the route. The east station, known as Station 1, is near an entrance to the South Hall, while Station 3 on the west side of the Convention Center campus, if you are familiar with the campus, which is near the new West Hall. No details, reporters say, on queuing and loading procedures or wait times for rides have been given to the reporters. Now, the Boring Company has some great future projects. Other Boring Company tunnel projects are in horizon in Las Vegas. Direct tunnels that would link the Las Vegas Convention Center with Encore Las Vegas and with Resorts World Las Vegas have been negotiated by Wynn Resorts, operator of Encore, and the Genting Group, which is building Resorts World. In addition, the Boring Company has negotiated with the city of Las Vegas and Clark County to develop what is being called the Vegas Loop, a 15-mile underground transit system with stations at local resorts and attractions. Hill and Boring Company has indicated, actually Hill said the Boring Company has indicated the cost to ride the Vegas Loop system would be somewhere between the amount it would take to ride a bus and the amount it would cost for an Uber ride. Like traditional ride-hailing companies, the cost would be per vehicle and not per person. So I think this is good news, but it looks like it's not going to be very cheap, but comparable to bus ride or Uber ride. Now, the biggest difference between the Vegas Loop and the Vegas Convention Center Loop built by Boring Company besides length is the Convention Center People Mover contracted to be built by the LVCVA will be free for convention customers to ride, while the Vegas Loop is being built on speculation with resorts paying for their own stations and riders being charged to be transported within the tunnels to their destination. Well, friends, let me know what you think about the Boring Company. Are you impressed what you see in the videos? Thanks to our friends. And this is Armen Harayan from TorqueNews.com. Please subscribe to our channel for daily Tesla and EV news. And if you like this video, please share in social media, like it, and give it thumbs up. And I'll see you soon in our next report. God bless you, everyone. Join our community and have a great day. Peace be with all of you and your loved ones.